to do a soft lead reading today. I guess uh, I'm feeling a lot of the Cancer energy. There's a lot of planets currently in Cancer. It's not Cancer season, I'm recording this, but it's the last day or two of Taurus season, and a lot of planets are in Cancer. I just been feeling very, even more so, slowed down and calm, almost like a jazz radio station. I was also just listening to David talk. I love him, or them. I don't know what they call it, but they make amazing classical music. And I just felt like ease into this reading. You know, it didn't come loud or boastful or any of those things. It's this energy of a presence that's here. And that's finally acknowledged. And it just was very slow. It's like not easing into the pool, easing into the hot tub. Because the hot tub is a little bit more easy to get into because it's already warm. Versus feeling that first initial shock of cold. It's like you're stepping into the hot tub, getting more comfortable, getting more relaxed, releasing, or like stepping into a sauna. It's like you're stepping into something that typically is hotter or warmer than you, or just maybe the outside, but just something that's hotter or warmer than you, but it's calming you, it's relaxing your muscles, it's easing your mind, it's soothing your body. Just it's like the water in the heat is just taking away your thoughts, emotions, and pain and wondering, and it almost feels very numbing. Almost like you can't feel anything, you know, but you are feeling something. It's a new you becoming of self. And so you have emerged into the water, and now you're calm. Now you're one with the water. Now you're calm. It's like somebody's sitting near a mountain and there's like a waterfall. You just have become one with nature. And it reminds me of those nature documentaries and stuff where they say humans are supposed to get involved with animal habitats, but if you think about it, we already have been so involved with animal habitats. But they say don't mess with the natural, state of things, like a natural selection. But if you realize that, I feel like as humans, we forget we are a part of nature. So we are there. It is a natural occurrence, right? So the reason it's kind of like I'm thinking about a documentary where the penguins, where they weren't able to make it up the mountain or like a slide to be able to properly hatch their eggs, and they were like a whole bunch of them were going to die. Generations of them were going to die, and so the people that were filming the documentary essentially got involved, got shovels to kind of make a way, and they were able to make it to the other side. And it's like that is a part of nature. If we are a part of nature, and you are recognizing I'm not disturbing it by helping it, by moving it along, I am healing it, right? Because me, shoveling the snow for a penguin to come through is different than me littering. Now the litter has gotten to the ocean and now it's wrapped around a penguin's neck and it's killing it. That's unnatural versus me helping the penguin. You get what I'm saying? You have become one with what may seem unnatural. That's why I said it's like you immerse yourself into a hotter climate. I feel like you've recently I'm kind of resonating with this one. You recently made a decision and it kind of got you back where you felt like you were before. but it's in this different energy now, in this different mode now. Even with me, like today, I felt one of those nude days where I don't really feel like wearing much. You just want to feel bare. You want to feel in your raw skin. You want to feel present. It's the energy that's there, and you're noticing it now, and you're coming into it. And the more that you look into this energy, the more that you settle in, you're realizing you are this energy. You are a part of this nature. You are a part of this new beginning, this new path, this new opening. Excuse me. I just got my fears. I'm kind of going through the extra new moon purge, but you have been filling things out for so long that once you fully submerged, it felt different, but new. And like I said, for some, it may feel like, okay, I made a different decision this time. I had a different mindset this time. I had a different path this time, a different plan. I've been, putting in different actions. I've been doing different things, but you may have ended in the same place. And for some, this is just new for you completely. Completely new place, new energy, new everything. But there's still, for both of those, whatever one you resonate with, big collective, you have been in the water and you haven't been pruning, or you've been in the sun and you haven't been dehydrated, or you've been on the mountain near the waterfall but you haven't been getting bit up. Like I said, you have become one with nature. It reminds me, I'm watching Naruto, as I have said, and it reminds me of when Naruto is in sage mode. When he first was learning sage mode, he had like the birds on him and they're like picking at him, but he was undisturbed. He was one with nature. And at the battle, when he was going through the battle with pain, and Hinata came, and the Nine Tails emerged. And so he lost his last sage that was on the mountain or whatever. And he said, with the Nine Tails coming out and disrupting my chakra, I lost the sage mode, my last sage mode that I had, because it disturbed the nature chakra. With my chakra being disturbed, it disturbed the nature chakra. And so you're recognizing things that are now disturbing your nature, where you're like, hold on, this is pulling me into a mode. Like even today, I was kind of just, that little your face sometimes, and getting you, but I was just coming out of it, and I just had to keep going outside and grounding myself, because I'm like, this energy. And that outside moment felt like me going into the hot tub or into the sauna, just grounding self, coming back into nature, coming back into body, because it was almost like something else was emerging. Oh, I fuck up, but it wasn't my energy. And so spirit is pulling you into a new nature, a new energy, a new way of being. It's almost like your body is taking a detour. There's roadblocks up that you used to take. And now your body, if it goes that way, it's going to disrupt your chakra. And so now you can be getting irritated more quickly in situations like, why am I getting so irritated? This never used to piss me off, but you're no longer in line with that. Or you're feeling disturbed, or you're feeling numb, or you're feeling out of place, right? And so Spirit is asking you, what can lead you back to feeling like you're submerged again in nature, like you're one with that energy, you are one with self. And what can get you back to that moment? What can get you into that sense of self? And or what can help you remain in that sense of self, in being able to operate with that. Sometimes thinking on the fly is what you need. And I feel like with this new energy, it's going to cause you to have to think on the fly. right? And even if we're thinking about flies, going back to nature, before you come at a fly swatting, sometimes you got to come up real close and flies got to move quickly. Like, hold on, I can't get killed. So I feel like you're almost in this energy of like, my dreams can't get killed. My faith can't get killed. My love for self can't get killed. My life that I want can't get killed. And so you're recognizing what possibly is disturbing your energy, what is no longer aligning with your energy, what is making you feel off-putting, and you're nurturing that. You're going a lot more slow and intentional. And you're moving in that way. What may seem unnatural is truly natural. Right? What do you have for them, Spirit, in regards to this energy? Now, it even feels like the cards are heavy. The Knight of Cups, wish fulfillment. Wish fulfillment, abundant pleasure, desire, opening doors. New revelations. And I love how they're so intentional with these cards, because even the red and the orange that they're wearing, being rooted and grounded in what I have, what I feel, allows me to have what I know, abundant pleasure. And like I said, some of you can be feeling numb or this, or you're going through something, or you made a decision, or you lost something, or something shifted. But you're recognizing what you have and what you feel, and you're sitting with that. And that is allowing for blessings, revelations, truth. And Spirit is saying you're not figuring this all out by yourself. You've been doing it alone for so long, or I'm hearing you feel like you can't be around people where you can share your dreams and visions, or you haven't been really invested in them too much. Yeah, even the cards just feel really heavy and loud. Yeah, Queen of Swords, you are removing yourself from things that are no longer aligned. Libra energy, balance. You are coming back into balance with self. Realizing I no longer feel safe here. I shouldn't say things like that. I shouldn't. And you're moving. You're moving with intention. You're moving with integrity. And you're realizing just because I'm moving slow doesn't mean I'm moving hesitant. Just because I'm sitting doesn't mean I'm not creating. Just because I'm being doesn't mean that I cannot become. Except pull from the bottom. We got the King and Queen of Cups with the Two of Cups. A lot of abundance. Like I said, a lot of emotions going on. Like I said, it's this feeling of becoming one with nature. Like I said, you can be feeling numb, can be feeling different, can be feeling raw, can be feeling a lot. I was working with somebody's ancestors recently, and I was just like, thank you for taking care of them. Because when I like to work with people's ancestors, I like to be like, thank you for taking care of them. Thank you for working with me. Thank you for leading and guiding. Just, And so I feel like that's for somebody to just recognize that you have not been working alone. With the King and the Queen of Cups, you have this strong regal energy. You could feel like you're way too emotional, too caring, too much. I'm hearing too evolved, too involved. With the King and Queen of Cups, especially with this Two of Cups coming in, you're getting that help significantly. Somebody that can match your energy, somebody that can match your aura, somebody that's more generous than you, somebody that's more attention of detail than you, somebody that's more caring than you. I'm not saying that you aren't these things, but it's allowing you to see how much you can expand on that as well. Right? It's like teacher and student. The teacher will know more than the student. Sometimes the student will know things the teacher doesn't know. The teacher is still in a position of knowing more. And so that's what I mean by being around people that are more wealthy than you, being around people that are more analytical than you and can think of a plan and structure it. And, and that's also where that allows you to live in that abundant pleasure and abundant grace because you recognize I don't need to think about everything, care about everything, and take control of everything. I just need to be. And just like those penguins were expecting a lot in nature and energy, they knew you are submerged right now in that sauna. You are submerged right now in the mountain. You are submerged right now in nature. And spirit is recognizing that, especially with this pulling from the bottom. And I said the cards felt heavy. So it's almost like you are creating a new foundation and they don't want you to start. It reminds me of that episode off of SpongeBob where they're trying to, like, I think, build Patrick a new home or Squidward a new home, like, or SpongeBob. It's one of the three, obviously. But SpongeBob was trying to build a roof without building the bottom pillar, and just like each thing keeps falling down. And so Spirit is like, we're starting you from the bottom up. Because you literally have the three. Oh my God. Yeah, and three of wands, the two of wands reversed. You already planted the seed, you're just expecting it now. Like I said, you think about it, we're going back to the sun and the water. You buying a swimsuit, you put on the sunscreen, doing what you need to do, your swim cap, all these things, bringing your towel down there, your sandals, that was planting the seeds. So it could have been creating a business plan of where you want to be. I'm just using me as an example. Creating a business plan, creating ads for my readings, doing readings, just planting these seeds for where I truly want to go, my end goal. Creating poetry, all these things are still planting, and now I'm just expecting the abundance of that continuously. Because I know I've been putting in the work. I know that's what I've been nurturing. So with the Two of Swords in reverse, especially with the landing on the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups, you don't need to do anything else but receive right now. The Two of Swords in reverse on top of the Queen energy, Queen's energy, is receiving energy, feminine energy, of knowing what you deserve, your worth energy, balance energy, nurturing energy. With the Three of Pentacles, the Three of Wands on top of the Nine of Cups and the King of Cups, somebody else is fulfilling. They have been watching you. They've been seeing how you've been feeding and giving to yourself, taking care of yourself, and they want to invest in that. Like I said, you will be around people that are more wealthy than you, that know more than you, that understand more than you, that are more giving, more compassionate, that are all these things. And so with you expecting it, you're not expecting it to be this big as much as it is going to be. You were just prepared to enjoy the hot tub. And you're probably prepared to, I'm hearing you got like some waterproof headphones so you can ignore the outside noise, and you wind up being all alone out there in nature. Where nature sees you helping them, nature sees you being present, that ancestors think nature sees you acknowledging them. Whether that's picking up litter off the tree, something that you have been doing within your life. Like I said, you have been changing so many things. This will only resonate. I feel like this is a very small few that this is going to resonate in. Getting creative, you could have been dancing, drawing, laughing, going to the movies, living life. That's also being a part of nature, because living is nature. It's not unnatural. And so with you planting the seeds and knowing that it's already reaping the abundance by following your intuition, like I said, probably like, did I make the right decision? Did I do the right thing? Am I led the right way? Should I wait a little bit longer? Guide yourself with that. Like I always say, start small with your intuition. What should I wear today? Follow that. Some people like, they'll be like, I gotta wear this because we're going here, and then they're uncomfortable the entire time, and now they can't be as open and expressive or sociable because now they're worried about their wearing it and they're messing with it or this and that, or and they don't want to eat too much on a date, so they're hungry the entire time, and now they can focus and think. Now they think about getting home. So it's things like that, where it's like when you truly live and prepare yourself to receive because of what you have already planted, it will allow people to bless you with that receiving. Especially with all this queen energy, this cups energy coming in here. You've been worried about this for some months, for some time. Final cards. They said it's a pinnacle here for you. As soon as I said they said it's a pinnacle in here for you, you got the Nine of Pentacles. Somebody that's affluential, somebody that's independent, somebody that is ready to receive opportunity, somebody that is abundant, and not only monetary gains, but somebody that's abundant in friendships and love and knowledge and lessons, somebody that is compassionate and truthful, somebody that understands themselves, that knows themselves. And you're wondering why you know yourself? You know, the Seven of Pentacles, because like I said, you have been working. This did not, and Pentacles is years. You've been working on this for years. And in the most recent months, you can tell something has been wrapping up in your energy. Because before you were just in the process of learning, understanding yourself, what you do in your life, how to operate, how to move. Like I said, for some of you, you could have been in cycles again, like I'm in the same spot again, or I'm thinking the same way again, or I'm around the same people again, or whatever it is, or in a different environment, but kind of the same. But it's like you've been working continuously, and that's been reaping abundance. I say fruit is going to bear labor, but not your labor, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, the Nine of Pentacles is right next to the Nine of Cups and the Two of Cups. I'll just show you because my phone is not connected to anything. But this is what it looks like. I don't know if you need to flip it or not, or, you know. But the Nine of Pentacles is on top of the Three of Wands, the King of Cups, Two of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. Who you are is being acknowledged, and that is being blessed, because you are worthy of it. You don't need to do any more than just continues to be you. With the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles being on top of the Queen of Swords and Cups, and the Two of Wands and the Two of Cups. You won't be doing this alone. You will not be doing this alone. The work that you've been putting in by yourself, somebody has been out in it and they want to collaborate with you. And all you have to do is receive. All you have to do is receive. Well, unfortunately, yeah, you're recognizing it's my life. I'm going to live my life the way I need to live my life and do what I need to do. And then with Ace of Wands. Y'all have been working. Y'all have been working. You got the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. Y'all have been working. Y'all have been waiting for karma to come in your favor. Y'all have been waiting for justice to come in your favor. Tower in reverse. You're rebuilding your foundation. You have been waiting, but while you've been waiting, you have just been like, you have been putting faith. You guys are the enactment of faith without works is dead. You guys have been putting in faith and work. And when you are like, Spirit, I don't know what y'all doing. Things seem to be going the same way. I don't know what's happening. I don't know how it's all going to work out. But the Ace of Wands keeps bringing you this renewed vigor, this renewed life, renewed vitality that allows you to see even more creative ideas, even more abundance, even more. And you're probably like, dang, Spirit, I'm worried about my bills right now. I'm worried about food right now. I'm worried about how my relationship is not working out right now. I'm worried about this. But why do I keep getting these creative ideas? Why do I keep having faith? Why can I still sleep at night? Why am I being given these visions? Why am I giving peace in the midst of storms? Why? And it's kind of like because the work that you've been putting in, even on those days where it's a part of your routine now to do it. Maybe you wake up in your journal, and a couple of days you didn't journal when you woke up, and you wonder why you kind of feel it out balance a little bit. But not off balance to the point where you feel set back. You're just like something was like, oh yeah. Those small things have been watched and noticed by spirit and by others. Your neighbors, your kids, your community, your family, your job, energies have been watching and seeing you work. So follow that light. Follow the light this time. Follow the light. Follow the calm. Follow the path of least resistance. Become one with nature. Become one with self. Because in all these things you have been really working. And you've already planted the fact that the 7 and of 8 of Pentacles is on top of the 2 of Wands. You already planted the seeds with your hard work. You probably already got a manuscript for your book. You probably already made a few, what do they call those? Decoys? Decals? Like test rounds of certain art. I'm seeing somebody that has like certain prototypes. Thank you. Prototypes of like sneakers or brands or things that they're going to create, or it's like you have been putting the work, or even just the ideas of research is work. I always say research is work. Finding the resources, the information, the truth is a big part of the job. So you've been putting in the work, the time, the intention, the energy, the focus, and now Spirit is saying it's time for you to wait. Because you have done all that you can do right now at this moment for yourself. But just keep living and keep being. Somebody's going to see you sitting in that water just calm. And that aura is going to repel what it needs to repel, because it's going to frighten who it needs to frighten and bring in who it needs to bring in. King of Cups is about somebody that sees beyond what you're showing and sees who you are. And the 2 of Cups is a collaboration of love, of choices, and emotions. So be ready for your blessings to come in. And and you probably feel like it's got to come in rush. Sometimes, like my tattoo says, peace is louder than war. You ever been in a place so quiet you can hear your thoughts, the birds, an ant crawling across the road? You're like, wow, this is loud. Peace can be loud too. Serenity can be loud too. That calmness can be loud too. Chaos is not the only thing. If anything, it's quite quiet because it quiets you. So recognize if it comes in a little bit calm, that's how it's supposed to, baby. If it comes in relaxed, that's how it's supposed to, my love. If it comes in with, wow, this is moving me to an energy where I haven't been before, or I'm not feeling much energy, that's how it's supposed to, my love. Part of this message is for you, me too. So recognize that you have cried, and I feel like even with I haven't been able to. I feel like you haven't been able to. I'm hearing with you when you get these new blessings, this new life, this new energy. 8 of Wands, it's coming in quick. When you get this, be ready to grieve. Hold space for that. Be ready to grieve. There's nothing wrong with grieving, whether you're losing or removing or releasing something good or bad, old or new. Be ready to grieve. Because just like a funeral, after you grieve at the funeral, you go to at least for Black families and all around the diaspora, Black people actually, we celebrate right after. we eating the food, we drinking, we playing games, we're telling stories, we're laughing. That's also great. Like I said, that peace, that change, that shift is going to be quite loud. But it's going to be a different loud that you haven't experienced before. Get ready for it. Okay? I love you. Love yourselves more. Until next time. I'll also book a reading if you would like down below. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. You can also donate to this Cash App if you feel so welcome and called to. But yeah, I love you guys. Love yourselves more.